Right. For April 2022, and today I've got some very good news. And as you all know, last week I traveled to KARIBA and I had a great time in KARIBA. However, I was also doing business when I went to KARIBA. It was not just a pleasure, it was a business travel that I had done. So, specifically, I went to KARIBA to explore the availability of land for us to develop a housing project. And what we want to do is we want to make housing available to people who normally would not be able to build or who don't have time to build. So when I went to KARIBA, I talked to a number of people. I talked to people in the council. I talked to estate agents. I talked to private individuals. And eventually, we did get some land. So there is land for sale in KARIBA, and this land is approximately 2,600 square meters, and it is going for 40,000 US dollars. So this is private land that we're buying from a private individual. Then on top of that 2,600 square meters, there's approximately 4,000 square meters of state land. And because this land is on the shore of the lake, there is about 4,000 square meters of land, which we can also make use of for recreational purposes and also for docking. So if you've got a boat, you'll be able to dock. And this is exciting to me because I've always been looking for a property that has access to the water. And you know that Lake KARIBA is huge. It's amazing. It's right next to Zambia, and it's beautiful. If you've been to KARIBA, one thing that I want you guys to understand is that all the guys who used to do farming in Harare, if you know what I mean, they are there in KARIBA. They're enjoying their quiet life away from everyone else. So the advantage of building in KARIBA, obviously, is that you're near the water, you're away from the craziness of the city like Harare. You're inside the game park. You are right next to Zambia, 200 kilometers from Lusaka. You can fly into Lusaka and drive 200 kilometers to KARIBA. You're right 7 kilometers from the nearest Zambian town. This is an amazing opportunity. So let's look at what we're planning to do here. In this particular development, we want to create 25 chalet type houses. So each of these of the members, so we want 25 people in this development, and out of those 25, each person will own one. And the amount that you need to provide is a deposit of $2,000 as a deposit, and then 3,000 US dollars over 6 months. That means 25 times 5. We're going to raise 125,000 US dollars, of which 40,000 will go to the purchase of the land, and the remainder, which is about 85,000 there, will go towards the building and the development. The land that we're building on is on a slope. So there will be need to fix this land before we obviously complete the building. And as I said, the model is a crowdfunding model, but this is also going to be a business opportunity. Imagine how many of us here can afford to build in KARIBA. It's far from Harare. You don't know where to get the land. If you're overseas, it's so difficult to go there. So this is an ideal opportunity. For only 5,000, you'll be able to get yourself a portion, a sectional title in this development. And this is open to people who are in Zimbabwe and people who are outside of Zimbabwe. So for the first time, we're opening a development to people who are in Zimbabwe, 2,000 US dollars deposit and 3,000 US dollars over 6 months. And if you've got a company, let's say you're working for a company in Harare, you can approach your HR and we can make a deal. We can make a deal for you guys to get a development in here. This is unheard of in Harare for you to get something, even to get started in any development for 5,000 US dollars. So that is what we have here. Let me see if I forgot anything. So as I always say, this is not for low income earners. I do not want to underestimate this. This is something that I always say to people. If you're a low income earner and 5,000 US dollars is a lot of money for you, do not join this kind of projects, because a lot of things happen, then they don't happen the way you normally think. Sometimes there are delays, sometimes we need more money. So if you're a low income earner, please do not join these projects that we're doing. You remember that we've got a Harare project, we've got a Bulawayo project, and the update is that the Bulawayo project, we failed to get land in Bulawayo. And for the Harare project, there's some changes that we're going to be doing there. So this is the situation as it stands right now. And if you are interested in this, you can WhatsApp me. So let me give you my number, which you can WhatsApp. That is my number. You WhatsApp me on that number if you're interested in becoming part of the KARIBA housing project. This is totally a great opportunity. And if you look back in 10 years' time, you're going to look back and say, why did I not do that investment? This is all I can say to you. It was very difficult for us to get this land. I had to travel all over the place. I had to spend days in KARIBA looking around. And especially for the guys in KARIBA, if you live in KARIBA and you've always wanted to have a house or the surrounding areas, this is a perfect opportunity for you. And this is going to be something that will happen immediately because the land is there. All you need to do is to pay the guys who own the land and the development can start. Let me tell you one interesting thing that I saw when I was in KARIBA. There is a lady who has just developed an amazing house in KARIBA at the top of the hill. So I was asking the guys, who is this lady who built such a big house here? And they said to me, this lady, she lives in Australia. She just finished building a house here. And as I moved around, I realized that there are some very, very beautiful houses, but there's also a lot of gaps. There's a lot of opportunity in KARIBA, in business, in real estate. But this particular stand that we found is the only residential stand on the shore. So you can see the lake, you can see Zambia from this particular stand of ours. Plus, there's 4,000 square meters of state land at the bottom. You know that you cannot own water. You cannot own a stand inside water. That is why it is state land. It's amazing, and I encourage you, especially if you're in KARIBA, if you're in Harare, if you're overseas, to become part of this. 2,000 deposit, 3,000 US dollars over 6 months, and you become an owner in our development, which is going to have 25 units. And we're also going to have a portion for business. So places where you can do business services, storage, things like that. This is going to be an exciting development. So let me look if there's anything that I forgot here. I've said the next steps. I've said the benefits of building, eligibility, development cost. I've already said development model. I've said land cost. I've said all that is left is for you to contact me on my number on the screen. WhatsApp me tomorrow. I'll respond to you when I've got an opportunity. And within the next 6 months, we're going to be done with this project. We're going to be done with clearing up our land, putting up our initial structures, fencing up the land, and we'll be working on the next chalets. Because remember, once we build our first chalets, we'll start getting revenue from people who will be coming. There's electricity there, there's water, everything's there. All that is left is to develop. So WhatsApp me if you're interested in this, a very, very low price. The price point is perfect. I expect a lot of people to come to this. Now, let me look at the comments. I want to look at a few comments, and then we want to wrap this up. Right, Ngube say, I thought you went with Hopewell to Switzerland for debate. No, I did not go to Switzerland. I did not get a sponsor to go to Switzerland, and I'm not going to use my money to go to Switzerland. I don't think he's in Switzerland. I think he's just passing through Switzerland. Then I'm looking at another one here. Ngobe says, I'm talking about Chamisa, even when I'm in South Africa. I was in Zimbabwe last week, you saw me. And then D Taku's got Taku says, Nyara kubira vanhu. Right, I want to address you. D Taku's got Taku. And I want you to understand this. The problem with us young blacks, what it is. We are so skeptical and you don't understand how wealth is created. Wealth is created in groups. If you see the people that I'm talking about that have created wealth, they created in groups. If you do not start something, you will never have anything, especially in real estate. It's very difficult to get a residential stand. Try getting a residential stand in Harare. It's impossible. Here is a residential stand that is available. It's there for 40,000. It's nothing. And it's got enough space for us to build. It's on the lake, KARIBA, in an amazing environment. And they're still skeptical. And I'm telling you that this is immediate. This is something that is happening now. If we pay the 40,000, we're going to be able to start building immediately. Do not be afraid of being robbed. We have raised millions here at Gambako Media. And some people have asked for their money. We gave it back to them. I've got no reason to hold on to anyone's money because we can raise more. I can assure you after this, we'll come back to you and we'll show you that we've raised money. Raising money is not an issue, especially 5,000. Let me tell you how much I pay for my insurance for my car. I pay 2,000 rands a month for insurance. I'm not talking about trekking. I'm not talking about petrol. So let's say I spend 5,000 rands a month on my car. That means in 1 year, I'm going to spend almost the same amount that I'm using now, that I'm requesting now for a stand. Imagine that. How many of you guys are spending so much money on internet, transport, school fees? I don't even want to mention it, school fees. I know a guy who's paying 15,000 rands a month on school fees. Here is 5,000 rands, dollars. It's nothing. It's like 75,000 rands. Don't be skeptical, guys. Go for this thing. Let's do this. And then let's look at Devson Mafuka. You're saying, Gambako, you are great. I'm very interested to go home. But get into this project. I suggest that you get into this project. It's perfect because if you are going to go to Zimbabwe, you don't want to throw yourself directly into Harare. You may want to go into a place where you store your goods, where you relax a little bit, especially if you're now near retirement age. You don't want to live in Harare. You want to wake up and go to the lake. You want to wake up and go to the game park. KARIBA is perfect. I want to live in KARIBA. And then this one, Ngube is saying $5,000 for how many per square meter? This is not per square meter. This is not a stand. It's a development. So you are going to be buying into a development and you own a sectional title. We are going to develop together. The only thing we're doing now is we need to buy the land. The land is available. It's the only lake-facing stand at the point. There's a place called the Point. You can go check it out online, probably. If there's something, if you WhatsApp me, I will send you the plans. I'll also send you pictures of the land. Unfortunately, my internet is erratic, so I was unable to upload these until I get this sorted. Right. Jessica saying, how many people are you looking to get on board? 25 people. We want 25 people, $5,000 US. If you're in the States, if you're in UK, if you're in New Zealand, in Australia, don't miss this opportunity because you won't get anything like this. And you won't get someone like Gambako to fly or to drive to KARIBA, to talk to the councillors, to talk to the estate agents, and then drive back, sleep in Polokwane after driving 1,000 kilometers. For you, if you're to do this by yourself, it will cost you a lot of money. Right. I think William said, ukafuma wakafamaridze vanhu zinofamba sei? There's going to be a committee. We currently have 3 projects, Bulawayo, Harare, and right now we're going to start Kariba. We're using a model called the Stockville model, which means the bank account is operated by 3 people. If I'm dead or near dead, the other 2 people will still be able to, to operate the account. But don't be surprised. I will be around for a very, very long time. You see, I almost died last year, but I didn't die. So I'm around. Don't worry about that. This is going to be a very, very good project. And I want the guys who are watching me from KARIBA. I know a lot of guys watch me because when I was walking around, everyone was recognizing me. I want you guys to be part of this. $2,000 deposit, $3,000 over 3 months. Sectional title. Mona is saying sectional title, it's a heavy. Do not be part of it. If you don't want to be part of sectional title, do not be part of it. Guys, don't feel pressure. All I'm saying is that I went to KARIBA, I found a stand, and it's available. If you don't want to be part of it, stay out. When you get a full stand for 5,000, then let me know. Let me know about it. But I can assure you that you won't get it. Right, I am done with this. Sorry, guys, don't call me now because I'm still live. I think this is, what can I say? This has been something that I wanted to do for a long, long time. We've always had difficulty getting land. We got a lot of promises, but we never got the land. We're being made to do a lot of things to get land. But here is private land. Very, very cheap. On Wednesday, what I want to show you, what I promised to do this. I want to show you a few houses that are being constructed in Harare. Just 3 or 4 houses that I took pictures of. And 1 house that is being constructed in Bulawayo. Guys, we are playing here in the diaspora. I don't want to lie to you. We are playing, and we're playing games. There are guys in Harare that are building houses that will make you just think, what is this? This is the truth. The mentality that we have in the diaspora is a consumption mentality. And to survive in Zimbabwe, you need the mind of a boss. You need to think like a boss. A boss starts something from nothing. He spends everything that he has. You have to be willing to take a chance. And this is what I'm saying to you. What's your WhatsApp number, Clemens? This is the very, very last comment I'm going to check. That's my WhatsApp number. Guys, WhatsApp me there tomorrow. I'm quite busy right now. WhatsApp me. I'll respond to you tomorrow. And then we'll obviously market this. We want the right people in this project. KARIBA, lake facing. And we're going to have our own place where you can dock your boat. Imagine that. The schools in KARIBA, I forgot to mention this. If you've got a young family, I was impressed with the schools in KARIBA. I saw a primary school there, very impressive. And I'm not sure about the secondary schools. There is a Zimbabwe Power Company, they're quite big. There is a lack of facilities. There is no takeaways. There's one guy building a takeaway at Nyamunga. I just saw it now. There's no chicken in, there's no Nando's, there's no nothing. There are no proper restaurants. The only thing was the hotel where I was living there by Karibia Bay. There's a nice hotel there, very, very neat. But there is not much. We can do a lot if we were to get in with this project. I promise you we could do more. And imagine the opportunity of just going to Zambia, 7 kilometers in Zambia. There's very little opportunity for that kind of thing. The border at KARIBA Dam, very, very interesting. We were like 2 or 3 people there when I arrived. Very quiet little border. You just drive across the border. The guys at the border are very friendly. I talked to the guys there. Very friendly guys at the border at immigration, customs. All the guys, nice. They allowed us to drive across into the bridge with our car. And these are the kind of environments that you rarely find in border towns. There's just not that hassle. There are zebras moving around, and you are in the bush. You are in with nature. The weather, because of the water in the lake, it's humid. You won't have these sicknesses of asthma and all that. That is why I like KARIBA, and that is where we're going to do our project. I also got myself onto the council waiting list, the official waiting list. I'm there now. And we are obviously going to do more stuff, but we need to do we need to do this first. What is 40,000 for 25 people? And then the houses you saw in Harare and Blawayo are for guys in the diaspora. Rods, I disagree with you. This house I'm going to show you on Wednesday, they're not built by people in the diaspora. This is good money. I'm talking real money here. And they're not in the brook. They're outside the brook. So I'll show you, promise you, if you guys see me getting lazy on Wednesday, I'll show you those houses. Right. That is it for today. Please WhatsApp me and let's talk about this. I want to make this happen. I promised the Eastern agent that by weekend, we're going to give him his $40,000. And then we have to sort ourselves out and build at the Lake Kariba. Thank you very much to everybody. And